Witam bardzo serdecznie. Zaczynamy. W sumie kontynuujemy. A więc jeśli i kontynuujemy. Nie, wrócili do miasta. Nie przełączyli miasta. Zobaczymy, co nas czeka. No, wybór pewnie nie będzie taki bardzo prosty i łatwy. Odciąć tam z botaniki prąd, przeprowadzić go do miasta. Zobaczymy, co nam Adelaide.
If you're hungry, there's meat turning on the spit outside. If you're bearing illness, find a place to lay your head down and I'll fetch you a poultice. Whatever your troubles with Edgewater, leave them at the gates and be welcomed here. Any questions, dear? I have been called that, among other things. Green Thumb, grandmother, the strange old lady who keeps flowers. But yes, Adelaide will do just fine.
Excuse me, Miss McDevitt? Sorry, it's just... You got such pretty trees in here.
Why, thank you. You're Robert's girl, aren't you? I remember when you were but a sprout. Thomas speaks of you often. Are you staying long? You should try some of my tobaccorn tea. I brew it in an old spittoon,
Herbata z
but
kukurydzy
it's been
tytoniowej,
clean.
super. W starej spluwaczce, no zarypiście, jeszcze lepiej. Chyba nieźle zadomowiły. Bywaj, przysłał mnie z tobą pokój.
Reed Thompson? You here on behalf of that cold-eyed reptile? Let's hear it. What's Reed's idea of peace, then?
Właśnie. Korzystacie z zasilania, które należy do miasta. Wróćcie do fabryki konserw. Kurde, bym wolał w botanice pracować niż w fabryce konserw, no jaj. Wszystko naprawić, wspomnieć. Kurde, powiedzieć prawdę, czy...
Make amends. Spare me. Only thing Reed knows how to make is a mess. Like everything else that comes out of Edgewater, that peace offering is canned. I and my own are living just fine out here by ourselves.
No to na pewno wam dobrze.
He would do such a thing. The question is, why would you agree to his plans?
Aby naprawić swój statek na swoje powody.
Cannery's got a regulator. You want ship parts, you ought to rip them out of the cannery's guts and leave us be. If you're going down to the plant, you should divert power away from Edgewater and toward our end of the grid.
No i
Think
teraz bądź
about it.
mądry.
You'd be liberating an entire town from a lifetime of service to that odious cannery. Seems the sort of thing a hero would do.
No i kurde, ani tu zbytnio nie pomogli, ani tu zbytnio nie. To sieczka.
Well, if it's all the same to you, then you ought to divert power over to us, shut down Reed's cannery, and scrap it for parts.
Przeplądrować ją do cna, dobra. Jakiś problem z miastem?
You've seen that miserable excuse for a town with your own lamps. Hollowed out workers laboring their lives away at the cannery, living off whatever scrap Spacer's choice throws them. You know that's true, don't you, Miss Holcomb? Your father died of overwork. His heart gave out.
He was tired all the time, sure, but he was old, ma'am, and he raised me all by his lonesome.
Look what they did to this child. Lost her family to the company, and still she defends them.
Wciąż jej... Coś ci przeszkadza, czy inni próbują się...
Life in Edgewater grinds to a halt. The cannery shuts down, workers desert in droves, and our own little camp grows and thrives.
Staje z kwit, czego trzeba by się zapoznać tutaj z całą tą sprawą.
Haven't you ever seen a novelty paperweight? Whatever absurd accusations you have churning about in your mind, I assure you I have heard them all. I remember a Eugene. Pleasant enough boy. Whatever happened to him?
Wykitował.
Wish I could say I was surprised. That town has a way of crushing your spirit. At least his remains have returned to the soil where they belong. Except for his teeth, of course. Gold does not decompose. The teeth had to be removed. And while I am no licensed dentist, I should think I did a fair job of it.
Podłaś z cmentarza ciało Egera, właśnie.
I cannot tell you how refreshing it is to converse with a rational mind. That's exactly right. Rot is necessary for life. A corpse is bursting with the nutrients a young sapling craves. The crops I grow here are natural, nutritious, healthy. My garden does more than fill the bellies of my flock. It keeps them from falling ill.
No właśnie, ona kradnie zwłoki z cmentarza. Umielenia zwłok na nawóz.
The Vale's barren. Been that way for years. Soil's been sterile about as long as I can remember. All I did was follow nature's own way. Death is essential to life. When the spirit leaves the body returns to the earth from whence it came. What remains is a carcass moldering neath the soil. Decomposition is a natural process, essential to new life. All
Też
life
potrafię ją
feeds on
zrozumieć w
other
pewnym
life.
sensie.
Oh, I don't know. If it was me, I'd be glad to volunteer. Keeping others alive, that'd be a beautiful gift to leave. But none of the folk you used had a say. You didn't ask, ma'am. And what about my dad? I talk to his grave every Saturday. Is he even there?
Robert is just where you left him, dear. He died too long ago. By now, he's naught but a skeleton.
W sumie też to robi bez zgody, bez zezwolenia.
Whatever you say, my dear.
Żeśmy rozmowę. Montujmy. Dzienniki. Silanie op. Pastor. Księga. Tam. To już. Ja nie mam rozmowy. Nie mam ochoty.
You hungry? We got canid ribs, canid flank, canid snout too. Something I can help you with? Fresh off the limb, and that includes canid meat.
Umie? C. Składa. Chcesz. Trochę szpamy. Części broni zostawi. Część cerza zostawi. Że ilości nie ma. No, to mogę sprzedać. Cztery. Góry. Stąd. I wafy. Przełom. Stąd wy. Dobra, są tam. O. Kurwa. My jeszcze ogniwami. Hej, Aguś. Serdecznie. Z powrotem. Idziemy? Mam tutaj dylemacik i przekierować jedno całe zasilanie rodu botanicznego czy do miasta. Ale teraz idziemy po księgę, co nam pastorka przynieść. Co to z powrotem? Staramy się pastorowi. Co? To tak trochę cienko. Szliśmy. Dobra. A, bo dobra, to jest. Dobra. Już mamy. Jak tam Aguś dzionek zleciał? Mam nadzieję, wypoczę. Spokojnie.
Any progress on that matter we discussed? Wonderful. This is fantastic. Well worth all the sacrifices Wait. What the fuck is this? Is this French? I can't fucking read French. It's a law-forsaken joke is what it is. French. Ha! I was so high and mighty, preaching to the yokels about following the plan, while fighting it at every turn.
Stożem szpecha. Potrzebnie.
Well, yes. But I assure you, it was not for personal gain, only for the greater good. I've spent my life searching for the keys to unlocking the secrets of the universal equation that underlies the plan. I had hoped this book held some of those answers. I became so desperate, I even got myself assigned to this plague-ridden backwater to find the damn thing. All the time and suffering I've spent. Wasted.
Szukaj cusku. Słownika. To musi być jakaś kosmiczna kara.
Please. As if my life should have no greater meaning than proselytizing to a bunch of feeble-minded wretches. Nothing could be more excruciating than discussing the true nature of reality with people who have no interest beyond their next Aetherwave program. But that's neither here nor there. What I need to do now is to find a translator, obviously. But to do that, I'll first need to secure transport. You have a ship. Perhaps I could make myself of use to your crew.
O. A mnie przyda się statkom. Tym bardziej to ja potrzebuję części statku.
Free spiritual counseling, someone to watch your back, not to mention a grown-up in the party.
I'm 28.
Exactly. I'm pretty handy with a tossball stick, or any blunt instrument, really. I'm also a passable gun hand, if it comes to that. I can usually talk my way out of conflict, though. Oh, I'm fairly competent at hacking computers as well.
Chcesz młodą wygryźć? Storku, tyle z całego miasta? Wszystkiego nauczyłeś się w szkole dla laserów. Nie no, koleją. O, i wpadł. Umiejętność. Miło. Walka. Synna. Przywód. Kasjer niski szczebel. Schemat. No i to co by tu żyć za samotnicami? Zadajesz. Szony. Cerza. Coś mocno mi schodzi. Sumo. Kosmolub, przyjaźń. Jeszcze nie. Ojcze. Skończ. Przekieruj. Kilaba. Go. Wymontowanie wymaga zasilania. Zasilanie. Do słówki. Przekierowanie. Że ostrzeżenie. Wszechprzem. Kur... Gdzie przekierować? Nie, dalej do końca nie jestem w 100%. Gdzie to przekierować? W pewnym sensie chciałem przekierować. Żyła, że póki mieli bez wiedzy innych. Z jej strony nie fair, ale z drugiej strony też szczęście. No nic, przełączymy jeszcze 2 przełączniki. Wspólnie się zastanowimy, decydujemy. Nic nie wyda. Skrada. No to
Incoming!
jednak zaatakowali. Nie mówcie, że ona zginęła, nie żyje. Napadła. Zaatakowała. No też tak myślałem, ale nie jestem pewny, czy w ogóle jest jeszcze taka opcja. Jeszcze się zastanawiam, czy będzie możliwe, nie przekieruję zasilanie do nadbrzeża, czy będę mógł jeszcze stamtąd rozmawiać. Ale powiem, że też mi to przyszło do głowy. Co to się... W rzeczy jeszcze respią? Jeszcze raz? Przeoczyłem. Ja też właśnie o tym... No tak myślę, że on tam chce być całym głównym bossem i miał więcej właśnie ludzi do pracy. Na to mi cały czas to wygląda. Cwaniaczek, taki ryki, ale rządzić chce wszystkim na. Się właśnie w sytuacji nie zbyt dobrze pomóc. Spróbuj.
No, just leave me alone.
Sobie. Jeszcze wczoraj odpalałem Fallout 76. Jakiś dodatek czytu. 3,5.
Get away!
czyli trochę.
Mind the steam. You're liable to get scalded.
Jak to no?
Okay, keep it quiet. Incoming! Down they go!
Nie byłem pewny, czy do mnie strzelać.
We did it!
Części zawsze jak najbardziej. Czy ja mogę? Co przydało? Przełącznik przekierował.
Where'd to go? If we send the power to Miss McDevitt, what happens to the veil?
Kurde, miałem tą czcionkę za... Czyś co?
Halt. Searching for a...
Watch out!
Robociki nie mają zbytnio szansy. Możemy założyć tylko do handlu. No dobra. Czy pierścionek jakiś? Albo przypomina o pierścieniu. Nie, no jest. Pierścień z kamieniem szlachetnym. Do Żyda. Samą. Średniska. Stansowa. Szane. Tona właśnie. Trzymała. I lutowanie. Wiem, że ktoś... No po co ja mam? Krem na zmarsz.
The last. I'm not sure what the ride is. All I know is the decision's final.
Batera do przełącznika. Zabawa. Myślę, jaki tu ciekawy horror. W Halloween. Szkoda, żeby grać w Halloween. W cokolwiek.
Once we do this, there's no going back. Hey, mister? Look, I know you want your power regulator and all, but I just gotta ask you. Do you understand what you're about to do?
Watia.
I don't think you should cut off Edgewater's power. I think it would be cruel. I'm sorry. That just sort of came out all at once. Edgewater's hurting. We've been losing workers year after year, and corporate hardly ever sends replacements. There's barely enough Saltuna to fill our bellies anymore. But the town's got some good people in it. Decent, hard-working folk just living their lives the only way they know how. They don't deserve to be punished.
No do... Stworzyli razem.
Sorry, I didn't mean to babble on like that. I felt like I had to say something.
Lubię cię.
Really? I mean, wow. Thanks. No one's ever told me those words in that order.
Patrzmy się. Kieruj zasilanie stania. Przetwarz. Przekieruj. No i poszło. Nie ma odwrotu. Myślę... Chcemy nakłonić teraz do zera. Sobie zapis. Znów. Znów. Może Agat, czy jakiś ciekawy. No zobaczymy. Do dezerteru. Zatrenował z tego. Zawsze mniej niż w typ. Co na suwali.
Oh, that's Thomas. He used to follow me around before he left the cannery.
Który to się szwendał? Co nieco ponad. Cerze. W sumie... Staw. Dobra, przepraszam.
That's the thing about growing old. Your eyes start to fail. Elsewise, I would have seen you for the snake that you are, chopped you into pieces and roasted you on a spit. This is all you're doing. Cutting off my power, killing off my garden. Without refrigeration, my food will spoil, and my flock will starve. I want to ask you this in private, away from the eyes of my flock, so they do
Jestem
not see
żmiją,
me
tylko
lose my
padalcem.
temper. Tell me, why did you do it? You killed my garden, destroyed my community, sentenced my flock to a lifetime of slavery in Edgewater for a power regulator. Well, shit, I wish it was personal. Go talk to Grace and Thomas. Look them in the eye and tell them their life here is over, and the only thing left to do is go back to Edgewater. This is now your responsibility.
Idziemy pogadać.
And you tell Reed Thompson that I will never return to Edgewater. I would rather die among my flowers than live under his management. My son worked in that cannery. When the plague started coming, he was one of the first to fall sick. We had a store of medicine locked away, but Reed refused to treat him. Said my boy didn't deserve treatment. Said the medicine would have been wasted on him. So I buried my boy in the cemetery, gathered my belongings, and left. That's
Też
as
go
much of the story
zmieliłaś
as
i
you
był
need to hear.
pożywka dla roślin?
As long as Reed is still in Edgewater, I will not return. Those are my terms. You offering to cross Reed off, huh? This some sort of twisted reparation for what you've done? Or you just looking for a chance to sow some chaos? Kill Reed if you must, or talk him into leaving if you can. He and I are not sharing the same four walls together.
Zobaczymy, co on nam...
Tell him what I have already told you. That I know the secret to bringing life back to the soil. The secret is human corpses. I've been grinding them up in my fertilizer for years. Marauder, worker, don't matter much to me. A human body is rich with nutrients.
No wątpię, żeby tak czy siak i tak chciał wstąpić z stanowiska.
Edgewater Cemetery's got corpses aplenty. Enough for a generation's worth of crops.
No w końcu się trochę widnie.
One of us want to go see what happened?
Z tym?
Food's bound to spoil at this rate.
Marauders can't see us in the dark. Wild canids, on the other hand.
The matter's been weighing on me. Fact is, I can't go anywhere long as Zoe's missing. Disappeared without a trace. Marauders took her, I suspect.
Mhm.
I go looking for Zoe, I leave the camp undefended, seeing as I'm the only one of us who knows her way around a gun. Hence my dilemma.
No dobra, poszukam jej.
It's not like Zoe to go wandering. Figured she might be out scavenging, but that ain't exactly her talent. Can't imagine where she's gone. Vale's a wide place. She could be anywhere. Appreciate it. Honest.
Stanie. Jeszcze z tobą.
Everybody keeps staring at me. It's not my fault the power's dead. Whoa, Miss Parvati. Hey, you're, what, how are you? Hi, hello.
Are you, are things safe out here? How are you keeping?
Great, just great. I've been trying to keep stuff running, just like you. Only I'm not so... Wait, they didn't kick you out, did they?
Oh gosh, no, I'm just along with this fella here.
I seen you wandering around here. You don't look like you're coming from town.
Przyleciałem z góry, jak coś.
Well, what I meant was you're reasonably well armed and don't look stricken with plague. Sorry, I just wasn't sure if you were from town or if you were one of us. Something's been chewing at me, you see. Fact is, I've been, well, lying. To everybody here. Camp thinks I'm a mechanical genius, but I couldn't fix a busted chair.
To super inżynier. Mogę dać. Człowiek.
I'll take all the help I can get. I set my mind to learning the craft of the engineer, you see. I want to make something of myself. You ever heard of the Young Spacer's Guide to Mechanical Engineering? Comes in a set of 3. If I had my hands on one of those data pads, I could teach myself the ins and outs.
Those are
Mam
good.
jakieś tomy.
My dad kept a copy with him when he was working in the cannery.
I know the old community center kept a copy. Should find another one back in town. If you could find me even one of those pads, I'd be greatly obliged.
No znać, jeśli coś...
No kidding! Really? Well, which one? Look at that! Building a computing machine out of Spectrum potatoes, a primer. I'm just glad it survived all these years. I appreciate you going through all that trouble. In fact, I put aside something special, on the off chance that somebody'd search out those data pads for me.
Kaseta na... Czyli...
Sure, I'd be glad to take them off your hands. I've been thinking about going back. I'm not much use to anybody here. I get sick thinking about working at the cannery. I can't do that again.
Mhm.
You know something? I think you're right. The town could use another engineer, and I'm on my way to becoming one. I could do a lot of good in Edgewater. Maybe even keep a garage of my own with a little workbench and my very own toolbox. It's just... Adelaide's never gonna forgive me. Not in 100 years. I go crawling back to my old life in Edgewater and I'm as good as dead to her.
To tylko jej oczy.
Are you sure about this? If we head back to Edgewater on our own, Adelaide won't come with us. She'll stay here and curse us till the end of her days.
Staw mi.
I expect we got no choice. Edgewater needs us back, and loath as I am to admit it, we need Edgewater. You okay with this, Grace?
Zoe's still out there. Don't much care to leave her unaccounted. If you find her, could you let me know? We'll be waiting in Edgewater.
Just give us some time to gather our personals and say our goodbyes. If you run into Reed, you tell him we're coming back, yeah?
Okej. Zobaczmy, gdzie... Szukaj śladu. Zoe całą. Sobie. Że bez prądu jednak nie. Z prądu. Szkoda. Tam. O, nawet kogutem. Rozmawiaj z kogutem? Nie da rady. Jeśli żyje coraz lepiej w starym, czym żyje. Znaleźć sposób, co może. Ser. Że tu latarki nie ma. To już koniec z fabryką konserw. Kawicami. Wszystko przez to, że... Wszystko w porządku. Nie, kurde. Przyszedł i skaszanił. Mam nadzieję, że już teraz lepiej. Odważdywanie. To wiekopomnie bierze sprawy w swoje ręce. Słyszałem, jak Grace mówiła o zagrożeniu ze strony maruderów. Pewnie nadziewają głowy na tyczki. Tylko... Strzeż się, planeto Terra. Historia królowej bandytów Zoe właśnie. Cała grupa maruderów. ...317 metrów. Chcę zmienić. Wszędzie. A tam ten statek lata, my też chcemy. Zmieniamy opcję. Ich trochę. Nie no, przeczyścić sobie trochę.
We can handle this. Down they go.
O kurde.
Nice hit.
Ona co stoi.
On it.
Czyli ona atakuje tylko na mój rozkaz. Ona walczy, nie walczy?
Everyone all right?
No. Nie wiem, stanęła jak wryta i... No to czyli trzeba by kolczyki. Co będzie mniejszy jak. Chcesz. Ogia 5. Jest lekki. Strasznie szybko siadają. Chciałem się upewnić.
I don't know anybody who ever came out this far.
Nieczynny. Są miny. Cup. Dobra. No jak szkoda. Słyszeli. Trzeba zadymę zrobić. Aha, z nią mamy pogadać. Miało być bez bólu. O właśnie, chodź.
You want what? Adrena time? Yeah, I'll get you some.
Heard something.
Stand and deliver! Always wanted to say that.
No ich jak wziąć w pole minowe.
No encore?
No to ich się nasiekało. Że wszystko będziemy demontować. Część pierwsza. To po...
Wow, you crossed them all off, like some sort of heroic accountant running down a list. Teach me your ways.
Nauczysz mnie, jak to się robi. Żyć. Może nawet pukniętą.
What? You mean Adelaide's little congregation of nature-loving nobodies? I could not possibly be less interested in them. You, on the other hand, you were a sight to behold. If I had half your skills, I'd be the greatest outlaw the coast has ever seen. Why? Adelaide wants me back on garden duty or something? Thanks, but I'm not going anywhere. This is where I belong.
Jeszcze gorsza, ale... Serial. Straszenie.
And no serial dramas. I've been thinking about going back. I just gotta know if Lord Cavendish really is the masked marketeer. I'll take my stuff and head on back, I suppose. Grace is gonna be glaring knives at me, so I've got that to look forward to.
Seriale oglądam. No to cejbą sobie nie my tu. Wszystko po... Ja. Nie, to... Fuck. Czekaj. Nie to. No to wszyscy domy. Sto. Mil. Tu na trup. wszystko... No nie mów, że oberwała. Sobie zbudował.
Nice.
Ciekawe. Samsung.
Great work.
Wracamy. Zoe już. Rzym. Szybkiego wracamy. Pozwól. Że w końcu za niedługo się statek cokolwiek. Też czuję, tu jeszcze będę podstęp.
Back to the old cannery, huh? Don't know what else I expected. We didn't always get along, but I'm glad to know she's safe. What happened, anyway? You pretty much did my job for me. Least I could do is pay you for your trouble. Let me know if I can do something for you. O, 16. Co my? Czy to? Szybko. Co to za...
tym masz.
Sometimes I wonder what I'm doing with myself. A, czyli to... Z tego też nic. Swojej... Muzyczkę trochę sterną. Na górę muzyka. Będzie to, jest dobre. Stary.
This is a fine day, friend. Power flows through our town like a cool stream of water. I trust Adelaide's people have seen their way to reason. So, when can I expect them back at their posts? That's good enough for me. Adelaide and I have a history. Was unlikely she'd ever come back. But hope springs eternal. We are in your debt. I am authorizing you for a discount on all official Spacer's Choice products, courtesy of the people of Edgewater.
O, wszystkie produkty marynowe.
By all means.
Co możemy go zapytać?
Thomas Kemp? I remember him. Had to write him up for daydreaming a few too many times.
He tries real hard, Mr. Thompson. This is something he wants to do. That'll make him twice as good.
I will give him a chance to impress me. If he knows his way around a toolbox, I may have a place for him in the Holcomb workshop.
Okay.
This whole fiasco is not one I am keen on repeating. I was too hard on my own workers. I pushed them to their breaking point. With more hands at the cannery, I expect productivity will rise. I expect we'll grow. And I expect I can ask corporate to send us some more medicine. We'll survive, one way or another.
No brzmi fajnie, ale to nie czy tak działa. Nie. Wszystkiego oczywiście pojedynczo. Przywództwo. Sporo. Dobra. Szkoda. Obcy w obcym kraju. To znaczy to. Myślałem, że u niego dłużej ta rozmowa potrwa i sprawnie to było. Przez to mamy luzik. Stąd. To czyli samej w razie to nie wiadomo akcji. Spodziewam. 3 wypady albo misje. Oczywiście staram sam sobie nie spoiler. Później nie wiedzieć, co się dzieje. No kurde, piesły. Oho, to pistoletem to mu chyba za dużo nie narobimy. Pistolet ma kopa. Kurde, on spala. Aplikacja. Czas. Ale ich tam i tak. Kane Bon Ak. Jestem. Co on tu jeszcze pi? Czyli szału nie. Wszystko wyczyszczone. Dobra, leć. Sto 122. Znowu ciemno się robi. Tutaj są dni. Mam nadzieję, że dźwięk gry nie jest ogólnie na cichy. Czyli mam tam. Do naszej pani. Muszę pogadać.
Look at that. The snakes come back.
Padalec, nie żmija. Ile razy mam ci powtarzać?
Good for them. I'm glad. Back to the old cannery with Grace and Thomas and Stefan and all the others. I expected it'd end like this. Lived out here for years all by my lonesome. Only right that I'd die the same way. I expect you've done enough for the Vale. If you don't mind leaving an old lady with her thoughts, I'd be much obliged.
W porządku, że
It is too late, and I'm tired of talking.
A mnie słuchanie, dobre. To chyba coś na statek. Sobie.
This was a nice family, you know, while it lasted. What's on your mind?
Safe. Coś. Skrzynia. Czy mam 19 lokacji? Tylko gdzie to sprawdzić? Sprzedający. Nie wiem, ogólnie to chyba 7. 2, 3, 6. Też się liczy. O 12 tu. A kwadracików to... O, bo mam raz, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 kwadracików. To i tak nie mam zamiaru jeszcze odlecieć. Chcę zamontować to, że jak miał, już nie wrzucił. Tu jest jakaś miejscówka. A, stawiać. A to trochę spaceruję. Pewno coś się jeszcze znajdzie. Dziewiętnaście a 6 to jest chyba różnica, nie? No, jeśli chodzi o same kwadraciki. No zwiedzać na pewno mam co, no. Oczywiste, bo w sumie mało eksplorowałem. O, pieska ktoś zabił. Przerabiać też będzie co. O, jeszcze coś do pancerza. Zaraz, kurde, złomu mi tyle nazwy. Część. To mi się podoba, że ona dobrze chodzi. Wiesz co? Nawet lepiej. Agresywna. Stoi. Slipa. Razem z szybką. 3, 6, 7, 5, 10, 13. Będzie na pewno 14, 15. Tędy. No ale pójdziemy jeszcze tam. Jakieś odludzie puste. Zabudki, no w sumie tam na tył. Tu ciemno. Na pewno tam właśnie.
Incoming! Nice one! Don't mess with us!
Nie dała pałką pobić. Gdzie dziewczyna za bardzo patrzyła.
Here we go!
O kurde.
I've got hurt! Can't get past that armor!
Co ona tak stoi?
Armor's too strong! Hit it with something else!
No i dała się zabić. No. Stoi i się przygląda. No mapkę. Ale do tej gierki? Czemu? Mapka zawsze się przyda. Tak chyba na tej mapie już powoli kończy. Coś tu jeszcze lata. Bo i tak tutaj na tej mapce będziemy się tak. Dajcie trochę światła. No nie mów, że już nawet wypuścili poradnik do tej gierki. Ej, podeślij, ja zerknę mapkę. Zobaczę, co tam piszą i będę wiedział mniej więcej, czego wypatrywać. Skopom. Jedna chata wolna. Poradnik przyszedł. Bardzo dziękuję, Aguś. I... Czyli ogólnie tutaj jest kosmobieda. No i miałem nadzieję, że to jest żonę. No tak jak mówiłem. Nasza mapa to jest bardziej jako samo. Zobacz, jak tu będzie w statku. Będzie zbieractwo albo jakieś sklepy. I się tak rzeczy mamy, nie chcąc. Zaczynamy je przerabiać. No i reszta zostaje. To jest wszystko podstawowe. Jednak trzeba dużo siedem. Zostawimy. Zmienić.
Is this your ship? Oh my stars, she is just so handsome. Does she have a name yet? What's her drive model? Oh, gosh. Listen to me babbling. When I was in Edgewater, I dreamed of flying on a real ship, working on a real engine, belonging to a proper crew. I'm the only decent mechanic Edgewater's got,
Do
but
prawdziwej
every time I think of going back, I get this sinking feeling.
środek. No spróbuj z niego skorzystać, jeśli będziemy mogli tutaj wrócić. Też zawsze można zapis cofnąć. Jakby. Nigdy nie leciał statkiem.
Well, it's kind of you to say that. And you're right. I wasn't happy. I want to ask you something, and you can say no. But can I come with you? I could tend to your engine. I know my G-valves from my catalyzers, and I can keep your ship singing. And if you ever need a pair of eyes watching your back, I can do that too. What do you think?
No chyba ją weźmiemy, no na pewno wolę ją o księdza całego niby, ala księdza. Chcesz le...
I mean, thanks. You won't regret this, mister. Captain. I can call you Captain now. Ha! I got a captain.
Ale po... Fajerwerki na Sylwestra. Na statku.
Captain, I have detected that Edgewater's power supply is now optimal. I applaud your willingness to invest your time in the local community. What can I do for you, Captain? Do you know how to install a power regulator? Step 1. Pick up your power regulator. Step 2. Approach the terminal located in our engine room. Step 3. Insert power regulator. Step 4. Celebrate. Our engine room is located behind you. Across the cargo bay, up the ladders.
Idziemy zainstalować. Powiem, duży ten statek. Wiedziałem, że coś trzeba będzie. Tutaj na... Cerze na... Właśnie. Modyfikacja pancerza. Pancerza. Stacje żrące. Głośność. To będzie. Chcesz jak tam. Nie musiałem wszystkiego instalować. Niech będzie. Właśnie, a ciekawi mnie przy rozłożeniu na części drobne, na przykład tego pancerza, czy odzyskam tę opcję, czy nie. Cenę na stałe. Zostało uruchomione. Zobaczmy. Taki jeszcze i...
What can I do for you, Captain? All systems are operating within acceptable parameters. I am prepared to bring the unreliable into low-altitude orbit. This should prove an adequate test of our flight capabilities.
Zabieramy się stąd, zobaczymy. To polecę, czy zaraz siądzie? Polecieliśmy. Spadnie. Przykład wycieraczek czym pojeździe.
Communication request from Dr. Phineas Wells.
Aha, there you are, hale and hearty, and captain of your own ship. I see you're putting the unreliable to good use. Shame about her former captain, horrible way to die. How are you feeling, by the way? I lost track of you in that cave back there. Experiencing any unnatural drippage? Perfectly normal side effect of thawing, I assure you. Oh, that, yes, that's probably permanent. I wouldn't worry about it, though. I'm sure you're fine.
What you saw in Emerald Vale is happening all across the colony. Food shortages, lack of supplies, and basic necessities. We're dying. The chairman, the minister, and all their lackeys on the board are to blame. The Hope has some of the brightest minds Earth ever sent us. If we can revive the Hope's colonists, they can help us undo the board's mistakes. They can help us set things right. You need to get to Stellar Bay on Monarch. I have contacts there. They'll help me, help us, find the chemicals to revive your fellow colonists. Gladys Kelly, lovely woman, runs a cozy little black marketing outfit on the Groundbreaker. She can get you a nav key to land on Stellar Bay.
O kur... mamy do gadania. Mam się zająć działalnością na czarnym rynku. No, zawsze coś.
Excellent. I'll send her a wireless. Let her know you're coming. By the way, I gave Captain Hawthorne a disguise apparatus of my own design, cutting-edge technology years ahead of its time. I call it the holographic shroud. I'm sure it will prove remarkably useful to you. You'll find it in the captain's quarters.
Super. Zasłona jak zasłona holograficzna.
I'll contact you once you've found a way to get to Stellar Bay. If you have any questions, come see me in my lab. And remember, don't trust the board. They'll try to win you over with promises of wealth and power, but it's a lie. The board's only interested in filling their own pockets. If we don't put a stop to them, they're going to run this colony to the ground.
Transmission ended. If you are ready to depart, please select a destination on your navigation terminal.
Dobra, kapuję. Kurde, jesteśmy. Sobie Chyba możemy wrócić. Coś mu... Czy nami. O kajucie, a ja chcę... Zasłona... Zasłona holograficzna maskuje ciebie i twoich towarzyszy, zapewnia zastrzeżone. Kasetą, aplikatorem. Strefy zastrzeżone są niedostępne dla osób nieupoważnionych. Na pionier. Rejestry. Sobie. Polo. Kanału. Fajnie, tylko jeszcze trzeba się dowiedzieć, jak to działa. Czy nie rzeczy? No trochę przenosi. Stawimy. No, ale... Bardziej nie ile? Wiadomości, to ja sobie przeczytam. Save. I zobaczymy. Kurde. Z tych... Snap. Niera. Dobra. 100. Z laboratorium. Jesteśmy. Czyli na teren możemy wrócić.
Destination reached. The groundbreaker.
Przydał. Kontakt.
Can we talk? Hey, Captain. I heard that Groundbreaker's got a real good engineer. A lady named Junlei Tennyson?
W tym miejscu to jakaś ruina.
I was thinking that maybe I ought to meet her. If you got time to swing us by, I mean. I don't got much experience fixing actual spaceships. I bet you a can of Borston beans she could teach me all manner of stuff.
Kilku. W dobrej kondycji.
Thanks, Captain. I'll be sure to make it worth your time. Did you want to talk about something else?
Stać. Zobaczmy, co nas tam czeka. Maksymalnie dwie postaci towarzyszyć. Możemy, kurde, to było księdza. Niech na razie z księdza. Stateczek i będzie czyć.
Just checking your ship's manifest. Standard procedure.
Captain. Hey, Captain. I'm in space. I never thought I'd be able to say that.
Z nas statek.
That's not the point. This halfway just knocked out one of my workers.
Yeah, with a toss ball stick. I heard you the first time. There weren't any witnesses.
To jest jakaś przestrzeń, ku. Drugi statek. Poszukiwany. O. Fałszerstwo. Aż doktorek.
Customs and inspection, right this way.
Chwila. Co możemy sprzedać? Nic mi się nie przyda. Szyjnik. T13. Nie dzieli, tylko wszystko sprzeda. Spłynę. Cóż. Skopasz.
Identification, please.
Jestem tu pierwszy.
Captain Hawthorne, you said. Let me apologize in advance. I'm about to ruin your day. According to your ship's record, you've been flagged by the board. Your ship will be impounded until such a time as they see fit to lift it.
But we've hardly been out of Edgewater long enough to get in trouble.
Now, hold on. This isn't the end of the world. Probably.
Mhm.
You'll want to take it up with Udom Bedford, our board representative here on Groundbreaker. His office is located along the starboard wall of the promenade. Shines like a Byzantium commode. You can't miss it. Access to that information is above my pay grade, and I've turned down 3 promotions, so it stays that way. I shouldn't be mentioning it, but what the hell? This here, impounding your ship, it doesn't happen much. The board knows we don't take kindly to their interfering in our operations. If I had to take a guess as to why, you must have riled up someone important.
Grubej rybie, o. Łeb.
You take the starch out of them, well, you won't hear any complaints from me. Oh, and if you're headed that way, would you mind doing me a favor?
Jasne.
Wanda Dorset over in sickbay, tell her the shipment's not in yet. It's not coming in anytime soon, and if she'd be so obliged to get off my ass about it. Much appreciated. Is there anything else I can help you with?
Tak, oddajcie mi mój statek.
Be seeing you.
Ale kto nas wpuścił?
I picked up this weird signal the other day. It was coming from Monarch.
Here we go again. No one lives on Monarch.
This is Halcyon News. We interrupt your regularly scheduled advertisement for the following story. The board would like to remind spacers and other travelers that passage to Monarch is
Ale nikt tego
restricted
nie
for
widzi.
non-protection. Canyons of acid
Że
and
kradnę jak
sulfur rain are
popadnie.
the least of the horrors plaguing the surface of Monarch. Anarchists live as one.
Znaleźć kasety z motorem zasłonie.
What do you think you're doing?
Ja sobie pójdę.
Just don't make more paperwork for me, all right?
Dobrze, że nasza umiejętność zadziałała. Wow.
Rizzo's Purple Berry Crunch, Triple Flakes, and Purple Berry flavored Power Nuggets. Now with 12% more crunch.
To się nazywa Fallout w kosmosie.
Ooh, can we rent an upstairs room?
Dobrze, że tego nie trzeba grać. Śmieci to jest. Nasza babka. My tutaj zakończymy dzisiaj gierkę. Dzięki. Dzięki jakoś. Widzimy się następnym razem. To nie zaspoilę. Tą. Cóż.